Bill Kahan Kapri, better known as Kodak Black, is a rapper from the United States. He rose to prominence after the release of his single No Flockin' in 2014. Painting Pictures 2017, his debut album, reached number 3 on the Billboard 200 and featured the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 single Tunnel Vision. Dying to Live 2018 was Black's second album, and it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with the single ZZ with Travis Scott and Offset reaching number 2 on the Hot 100. Periods of mainstream success as well as public conflicts and legal troubles have distinguished Kodak Black's career. His legal issues began when he was in middle school and grew considerably in the late 2010s. Black was caught for weapons possession in 2019 and sentenced to nearly 4 years in federal prison. President Donald Trump shortened his sentence in 2021. Bill Israel, his third studio album, was released while he was jailed. Why was Kodak Black shot? Has Kodak always been in trouble and a part of legal issues? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. Kodak Black began rapping in elementary school and began recording songs at a nearby trap house after school. To expand his vocabulary, he spent his youth reading thesauruses and dictionaries. With his companions, Kodak Black was frequently involved in brawls and break-ins. In 5th grade, he was dismissed from school for fighting, and in middle school, he was arrested for auto theft. He described his background as having two options: sell drugs with a gun on his hip or rap. Kodak Black was known as Black when he was 6 years old. He also went by the nickname Lil Black. He chose the moniker Kodak Black when he first joined Instagram because, you know, Kodak, that's pictures and all that. When he began rapping, this became his stage name and a nickname liked by his admirers. Kodak Black's songs are typically about past and potential criminal transgressions, and he has indicated that rappers Boozy Badass and Chief Keef have impacted him. Kapri joins other young rappers who have eschewed an old-school emphasis on lyrical variety, independence, and personal catharsis, The New Yorker wrote, describing his manifestly youthful voice and mutinous sound. The Fader reported in 2016 that he encapsulates the continual state of misery that comes with living in a poor environment. He offers emotionally sophisticated insights into the style of 90s teen musicians like Mobb Deep and Lil Wayne, whose voices were seen as genuine depictions of life in their respective corners of America. Kodak Black is often referred to as a mumble rapper. Kodak has been part of several controversies in the past. He expressed his preference for light-skinned women over dark-skinned ones on Instagram in June 2017. In an interview, he also indicated that actress Keke Palmer was straight, but he doesn't really like black girls like that. Some Twitter users were offended, prompting Kodak Black to remove his Instagram and Twitter accounts. Kodak Black also remarked that lighter-skinned women are easier to break down because black women are too gutter, and that he dislikes his own skin tone. Kodak also got into a lot of trouble right from an early age. He was placed on probation after being held in a child correctional institution 3 times in 1 year. He was arrested and charged with robbery, violence, false imprisonment of a kid, and possession of cannabis in Pompano Beach in October 2015. Later, he was let out. Kodak Black was arrested in Hallandale Beach, Florida in April 2016 and charged with possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, marijuana possession, and escape from cops. He was arrested and charged with armed robbery and false imprisonment in Broward County, Florida in May 2016. He was taken into custody and held indefinitely. He appeared in court in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in August 2016. Several Atlantic Records executives were in attendance, and Vice President Michael Kushner said, "Black has a great future as a recording artist." Kodak Black pleaded not guilty to all counts and was sentenced to 1 year of house arrest, 5 years of probation, community service, and anger management programs as part of a plea agreement. He'd also be able to go on worldwide tours. Prior to his release from Broward Main Jail, authorities discovered 2 outstanding criminal warrants, the first for felony criminal sexual conduct in Florence, South Carolina, and the second for 2 counts of misdemeanor marijuana possession in St. Lucie County, Florida. Kodak Black was not allowed to leave prison. Kodak Black was sentenced to 4 months in prison after pleading no contest to 2 misdemeanor narcotics offenses in September 2016. He was given credit for time spent in custody awaiting trial, and he was sentenced to 120 days in prison. He was also given a 1-year driving ban. After being released from a Florida jail, Kodak Black was transferred to Florence, South Carolina to face sexual assault accusations. After posing a $100,000 bond, Kodak Black was freed from detention in South Carolina on December 1st, 2016, but was brought to court on February 8, 2017. He recorded and released There He Go just hours after his release. Like and subscribe to the channel and comment done to get a free shout out. Kodak Black was arrested again in February 2017 for violating his probation. His musical tour was postponed and he was jailed without bond. He also appeared in court in Florida in April 2017, where his anger management counselor Ramona Sanchez testified about him disturbing her lesson. On May 4, 2017, he was sentenced to 364 days in the Broward County Jail for violating his house arrest, with the potential of early release provided he completes a life skills course. On June 5, 2017, he was released. In January 2018, Kodak Black was arrested at his home in Pembroke Pines, Florida on various charges resulting from an Instagram live feed video showing him spreading marijuana and a gun around a small child. He was first charged with 7 felonies, including child negligence, grand theft of a handgun, firearm possession by a convicted felon, and marijuana possession. 3 counts against Kodak Black were dropped on February 22, 2018, and he pled not guilty to the remaining 2. He was sentenced to 364 days in prison for time served after pleading not guilty to the remaining charges of possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and possession of marijuana on April 17. On August 18, 2018, he was released. Authorities accused him in 2019 with third-degree criminal possession of a firearm and unlawful possession of marijuana. He was released on the 18th after posting bail of either $40,000 or $20,000. A show in Boston and another in Connecticut were cancelled as a result of the arrest. Officials from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Metropolitan Police entered and searched one of Kodak Black's tour vans parked at the venue late on April 24, 2019, while on tour for his most recent album at the time, Dying to Live, and while playing at a venue. The FBI discovered guns in the truck and apprehended a handful of Kodak Black's crew members, even though Kodak Black was not in at the time. Kodak Black pleaded guilty to a guns possession charge on March 11, 2020 after being caught with a Glock at the Canadian-American border. The court evaluated between 2 and 7 years in jail for his punishment on March 24, which would run simultaneously with his 46-month sentence for lying on federal paperwork. Kodak Black was serving his federal sentence at the United States Penitentiary, Big Sandy near Inez, Kentucky, in June 2020. Kodak Black was moved to the United States Penitentiary, Thompson, in October 2020. President Donald Trump commuted Kodak Black's sentence following his conviction in 2020 on January 19, 2021. In Florence, South Carolina, Kodak Black was still facing criminal sexual assault accusations, which prosecutors planned to prosecute aggressively, first-degree assault and battery, and was sentenced to 18 months of probation in the alleged sexual assault case. In mid-2021, Kodak failed a drug test, which was a violation of his supervised release conditions. After that, a judge sentenced him to spend 90 days in a rehabilitation institution. So, what exactly happened at the after party? According to authorities, a brawl broke out outside a Los Angeles restaurant hosting a party following a Justin Bieber concert early Saturday, injuring 4 people. Kodak was in town for SB weekend and related business, according to the people in his camp, and he attended Bieber's party without any incident occurring inside. Trouble didn't find its way to him until he walked outside. Someone in Kodak's group was allegedly jumped by an unnamed assailant as they exited, and Kodak rushed himself into the fray to help his comrade out, presumably swinging on the individual in the process. According to our information, a gunman started to fire at that point. We're not sure if it was the same person that tried to attack Kodak's friend earlier or if it was someone else entirely, but we're told KB was hit in the leg. Kodak was taken to a hospital and listed in stable condition. Bieber had performed at the Pacific Design Center in WeHo and had an after-party nearby at the Nice Guy in LA. Drake, Leo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Kendall Jenner, and Khloe Kardashian were among the guests. The celebrations were the roll-up to the Super Bowl on Sunday. There were several parties on Friday night and they were mostly quiet. Now, we want to know what you think. Did the firing have something to do with Kodak's past? What could have been the reason? Let us know your views in the comment section below, drop a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fantastic videos like this in the future. Until next time.